A nice sunshiny afternoon. I hope you feel it was worth your while. It's been really fun for me to put this together, and you never know when you start out like this what's going to happen. But anyway, here we are, ready to go. I have my secretary at my right hand. Actually, she's my prompter. She's always been that. Thank you for coming. I want to introduce my family that's here. My daughter Sue. Sue, where are you? Right back here. My daughter Tammy.
Hi, I'm here.
My son-in-law, Roger.
Roger.
Rebecca, where are you? Rebecca back there, my granddaughter.
Hi.
And her friend,
Hi.
Sophie, from Minneapolis. Anybody I missed? I hope not. Seriously, I do have to thank some people here. Really need to. Alice Dano, she encouraged me years ago to start writing down these stories. And I hadn't thought, my family had mentioned it, but I hadn't thought much about it. But I finally did start writing and put them in the newspaper here in the park. And that really was the beginning. Okay. I guess that's better. Okay. That's better. Thank you, Sue. And by the way, if any of you have anything to say, comments, questions, break in. This is not a formal thing, it's very informal. But you have to do a little bit formal anyway. But anyway, Alice Dano did so much to get me started in this whole thing. Tom McMaster, man, what didn't he do? He designed the cover for my book. Look here. Tom did that. PA system, which I've got. He did the website announcement. And he even got me the music, which was Move Music before we started. Fran Baxter for artistic signing. Franny did this for me. And it tells us the whole thing. Storytelling time, book signing. Book signing is incidental, but for storytelling time, I want you all to have fun with it. So I'll just take that down because you know what we're here for. And it's done its job. I'd like to thank my whole family for all their helpful acts and what they've done. But above all, I have a dedication to read, which means more to me than anything. This group of stories is a tribute to all the young men I was privileged to fly and live with, many of whom gave their last full measure of devotion to preserve our way of life. They were the cream of manhood, no more than high school boys, who were invested with the responsibility of defending our freedom. These stories are done in their honor, and that's my book. Okay, I think I've thanked everybody and got that all out of the way. So I'd like to start out using an aid from old-time radio. You remember in old-time radio, they always said, as the scene opens,
Yes.
and then proceed with it. Well, as the scene opens, we have a 17-year-old boy sitting at his desk upstairs doing his homework. The date is December 7th, 1941. The day is Sunday. You can hear footsteps coming up the steps. His father is coming to tell him news that he just heard on the radio. What news do you suppose that was?
Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor, right. And so, for many of us, life has never been the same since. But anyway, that's where I started. In case you hadn't figured it out, I'm that 17-year-old boy. My father, it was hard on. Anyway, I get emotional. The story then starts here. I had not yet graduated from high school, but that was actually December of 1942, 41, I mean. I graduated from high school in June of 42, and things were in complete confusion. Boys were all either being drafted or taken out and enlisting and going into the service. I tried to maintain some condition of reasonability so that I could go on with my schoolwork. I went to Ohio State University. I went there in the fall of 43. 43? 42. Okay, 42. She's my prompter. Isn't she good? And one of the things I did when I went to school was to sign up in the Army ROTC. Now, a lot of you don't know about that. I didn't know how important it was at the time, but I did sign up. For us guys in high school, college at that time, the government put out a special bulletin. They said, we are going to offer a 4-year deferment to any guy who wanted to enlist right now. Well, I checked this out with my folks. I was only 18. And they thought it was a pretty good thing to go for. So I signed up. That was December of 1942. February 1943, I got a letter from the government that said, all deferments are canceled. You're ordered to report to Fort Thomas, Kentucky immediately. What do you think about that? My folks were like, they were really up in arms. But what could they do?